All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostle elders, a great millstone who rule well. And salutations to all you brothers out there pushing this word in love, truth, sincerity, and humility. Once again, it's the brother Shati from the Chicago camp, coming back to you with what I hope is another quick and edifying sit down. All right, and as you can see here on Daily Mail, it says botched cut rate operations at plastic surgery clinics operated by felons in Florida cost 13 women their lives, but state law can do nothing to close down the lethal business. Wow. All right. It says at least 13 women have died after undergoing plastic surgery at Florida clinics founded by felons, a new investigation reveals. They came for discounted butt lifts, tummy tucks from surgeons in world renowned South Beach, Florida. But these women were left with complications that cost them their lives after operations that were performed by surgeons hired by four felons. USA Today investigation revealed. It dug into sordid histories of four clinics founded by people who have been convicted of crimes, mostly financial ones, so basically running racketeering schemes, I'm sure, but were allowed to run cosmetic surgery shops that crowded patients in and cut corners to make more money more quickly. The clinics where women died of fat embolisms, deadly mixtures of sedatives, and puncture wounds to organs were cited for these deaths and for dirty operating rooms. Yet they were never shut down. Blind spots in regulatory oversight and hamstrung lawmakers allowed these facilities to continue operating despite the litany of problems. In one case, even while the owner was waiting for his prison sentence to start. So basically, the law allowed them to keep killing women. All right? It says the clinics that USA Today investigated were New Life Plastic Surgery, Strax Rejuvenation, Spectrum Aesthetics, and Seduction by Jardin. All locations less than 20 miles from Florida's southern sunny beaches. Jeffrey Davis co-founded Strax after he was convicted for federal bank fraud and tax evasions. Now hold on. Jay can barely get a damn business loan and he has never been in jail, never been convicted of any type of crime. A1 credit, got a decent job where he can pay it back, and they ain't trying to give him a loan. And then this nigga is most likely did a RICO crime and he can get a business. Hey, that just goes to show you what type of world we in. It says during 8 years that its two clinics were in operation, 8 women who underwent operations died there. 2 women died there after they were given powerful opiates or left unsupervised while on potent sedatives, USA Today reported. All 8 deaths were reported and documented, so Florida health officials knew about them and did nothing. Oh my! Oh, what's that precept about? Oh man, it's the one that I can't remember in particular, but it's about judgment, like wrestling judgment. Judgment does not appear in the King James Bible. I tend to disagree with that. Okay, there it is. Exodus 23:2 and Exodus 23:6. Okay, it says, "Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil." All right, and how did these lawmakers help these criminals forward evil? By turning a blind eye. Okay, by not sending uh, the Florida Department of Public Health officials to examine these places to make sure they're doing the right thing. And if they weren't doing the right thing, shut them down. Two, under your own wicked laws, you people don't allow so-called felons or criminals or people with criminal records or backgrounds to have certain benefits to advance. Okay, so you can keep them stuck in the rat race. But yet these niggas killed people and they got caught up on the RICO Act and they could start a business. Hey man, that just lets you know how wicked this damn place is. Okay? It says, neither shalt thou speak in a cause to decline after many to rest judgment. And Exodus 23 and 6 says, thou shalt not rest the judgment of the poor in thy cause. And you know what? Let's get that word rest. Rest. Not.
Strong's H 5186. Nachath. Nachath. Second entry. Natah. Natah.
Okay. And it says to stretch out, extend, spread out, pitch, turn, pervert, incline, bend, bow. It says to turn, incline, influence, bend down, hold out, extend, thrust aside, thrust away. Okay? So it's basically saying that when you read that precept, it says, thou shalt not pervert or turn away the judgment of the poor. And these women, granted, they was kind of going off. Actually, they were going off. All right? In the sense they trying to do something quick and easy. All right? They ended up being killed. And even with them being killed, or murdered, I should say, all right, nothing was done. The Florida lawmakers, the Florida Department of Public Health just turned a blind eye. No harm, no foul. We won't give these people justice. We won't shut down your business. We won't make you pay restitution. Now you can just keep killing people. You know? That's just super wicked, man. Just super, super wicked. Okay? It says, let me read this. It says, half of them had faced malpractice or other charges, and by 2013, 13 negligence lawsuits had been filed by Strack's patients. According to the investigation, as a result, Strack's parent company owned the complainants $1.5 million, enough to bankrupt it. But there was no law in Florida that required the clinic to shutter as a result. So even with being sued, they didn't have to shut down. And of course, Juan Hernandez, I don't know, he might be Edomite. Santiago Borgia, and he might be Edomite too. I don't know about these cats. This is definitely shit that Esau does. And see, look at the woman's body, scarred up, burnt up. And see, that, another Israelite woman. Man. She suffered a fat embolism and died according to her autopsy report. You know, when will you Israelite women realize that the Lord made you perfect the way that you are? Okay? Let's get something in the scripture that backs that up. Genesis 25 and 27. Okay? And it says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man in the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. All right. For those, I know what this word means, but for you all that are new to this, I'm going to show you what this is. So now my signal want to go out now. Hold on. Let me see if I can get this back. Because this is definitely a definition that needs to come out. Come on. Oh, let me pause this for a second. All right, sorry about that. Had a little reception technical difficulty, but nonetheless, okay. Let's get back to what it says, just in case if you forgot. This is Genesis 25 and 27, and it says, "And the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field, and Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents." All right, as we all know, Jacob is the father of the Israelites, the 12 tribes. Okay. All right. That's the tha and the ma. The ma, or it could be tham. Okay. And it says perfect, complete, complete, perfect. One who lacks nothing in physical strength, beauty, etc. Sound, wholesome, an ordinary, quiet sort of person, complete, morally innocent, having integrity, one who is morally and ethically pure. So, for you Israelite women, this is what the Lord made. This is how the Lord made you. He made you plain. He made you completely perfect, so that you lack nothing. But unfortunately, what happened is that you got prideful. And because of that, the Lord put the curses on you. All right? We're going to go to Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. Because, see, this is the reason why you women are going out and risking your life to get these surgeries that really don't mean anything, and it's just all for just complete vanity. All right. This is Isaiah 3 and 16. It says, "Moreover, Yahweh saith, because the daughters of Zion are haughty, you so-called black, Latino, and Native American women, because you're prideful and walk with stretched forth necks and wanton eyes," all right, as we say, reckless eyeballing, okay, walking and mincing as they go and making a tinkling with their feet. Therefore, Yahweh will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, making you bitches bald-headed. And Yahweh will discover their secret parts. In that day, Yahweh will take away the bravery of their tinkling ornaments about their feet and their calls and their round tires like the moon. Now, let me look up that word bravery. Oh, okay, I'm about to say we might have more technical difficulty. Okay, it's thapara, or thapara. Okay, he took away the bravery. So it says he took away the beauty, the splendor, the glory of rank, renown, of honor. Ooh. So the Lord took away the beauty of your tinkling ornaments about your feet, and their calls, and their round tires like the moon, the chains and the bracelets and the mufflers, the bonnets, the ornaments of the legs, and the headbands, and the tablets, and the earrings, the rings, and the nose jewels, the changeable suits of apparel, and the mantles, and the wimples, and the crisping pins, the glasses and the fine linen and the hoods and the veils. And it shall come to pass that instead of sweet smell there shall be stink, and instead of a girdle a rent, and instead of well set hair baldness, and instead of a stomacher a girding of sackcloth and burning instead of beauty. So to make a long story short and break this down in a way that you can understand it, the Lord made you fat, bald-headed, ugly, pimply face, and stinking. And see, this is why you all are going to these plastic surgeons. This is why you're so desperate to try to change your situation, because you start getting prideful. You started disobeying the law, statutes, and commandments. Because as I just read in Genesis, the Lord made the Israelite, he made you women perfect. And we're just going to stick with looks. The Lord made you all physically perfect to where you lack nothing. But because you all disobeyed, now you have situations like this where you all are going to these, as they say, crackpot surgeons, risking your life to obtain beauty, but in the process, dying. You're trying to beat the curses so bad that you're willing to kill yourself to do it. What you Israelite women need to do is to get back in order. Now, if it just so happens that the Lord doesn't improve your so-called physical beauty, then that is just something that you have to deal with, okay? We all have our own personal burdens and crosses to bear. And if you just so happen to be a woman an Israelite woman who unfortunately may be bald-headed, fat, ugly, pimply face, and stinking, that is your lot that you have to deal with. And the more you try to fight it, okay, the worse it's going to get. When I first saw this story, I was like, this is amazing. And you notice that it's mostly, when you look at these pictures, they're pictures of Israelite women. All right. And I'm not surprised. It's in the vain Instagram capital of the world of Miami, particularly South Beach. Okay, I've been there before. Okay. The majority of the women that you see on South Beach has had something done, whether it be breasts, whether it be butt lifts, whether it be Botox. Okay, that place is a rest haven for vanity. There's a worldly saying that goes, would a person cut off their nose despite their face? And what you see here is a lot of Israelite women who did such a thing. You know, figuratively speaking, or maybe literally. You know, I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a whole lot of cases of this. And look what's happened to them. Dead, scarred up, burnt up. All right. Who knows what's going on with these women? All right. They're physically traumatized, mentally traumatized. Who knows if some of them have to go on dialysis, or now they got high blood pressure, diabetes, so on and so forth. Okay. But ultimately, this is the judgment of the Lord. If all you women that might be listening to this video, if this applies to you, as I said, this just might have to be your cross to bear. All right? You'll get everything back in the kingdom. But until then, this is your cross to bear. Just got to suck it up and deal with it. You know? That's all I really got to say on this. I probably went on a little bit too long, but nonetheless, this was an interesting story, and I just wanted to get it out. So, with that being said, until the next time, shalom.